starts somewhere, and today marks the beginning of the Celtic Dragons. They're in action for the first time in the Global Rugby Challenge, up against the French top 14 runners-up, Toulon. Hello everyone and welcome along to Cornflakes Group, your home of Rugby Challenge 3 and the subscriber series, the Global Rugby Challenge season number 2, where the Celtic Dragons are in action for the first time against French side from the top 14, Toulon. So making history, lining up for the very first time in a Celtic's Dragon uniform will be the starting 15. Let's take a look at who they will be. The front row will consist of David O'Callaghan, Sam Nicol and JP Mukoko. In the second row, it's another Nicol, Ethan Nicol, partnering up with Oscar Connolly. In the back row, it's the third and final Nicol, Coney Nicol, alongside captain for today, Jordi De Rossi, and at number 8, it is Nigel Jonesy. In the backs, Adam Conway will start at 9 with Andrew Inch outside him at fly half. The centres will be the pairing of Steve Tecox and Tom Charles. On the wing, left side, Samuel Torrance, and on the right will be Randy Mbengo. And a fullback for the first time ever in a Celtic Dragons uniform will be Richard Mokwa to complete the 15. Will this side be good enough to compete with the power of French legendary side Toulon? We find out over the next 80 minutes. Let's see what they're up against. Runners-up in the 2017 competition, losing out in the final to Clermont, but a star-studded side nonetheless, and you'd expect nothing less exactly from Toulon. Plenty of players in the side that can definitely break the game open. A solid forward pack met with many great names of French and international rugby. Men to look out for, of course, will be especially their centre partnership. Nonu and Bastow are dangerous. Tuisova and Mitchell are always going to be a danger as well. The back three consisting with O'Connor there as well. But a forward pack that has the likes of Van der Merwe, Kruger, Vermeulen and Smith has to always be respected. And the Celtic Dragons have definitely got their work out here for them on their first match, which is actually on the road as well. So here is a defining moment of what the Celtic Dragons will become. It's their first match, first appearance, debut in the Global Rugby Challenge. It is Andrew Inch with the ball. He will kick off, and for the first time we will see what these Celtic Dragons are made of. Will they live up to the expectation of the other subscriber sides? Let's see. Referee calls ready, and we are underway. Kick off from Inch, and a big chase down here from Nicol. Finally finding it next to Toulon, straight through. Goes Gerardo. Real opportunity out wide. Vermeulen slips it back inside. It's going to be a try. Shot off the whistle for Toulon. Into the middle for Bellew. They go wide, and finally it shuts down. Big tackle there on Bastow. Out of the blocks like lightning. Toulon to the board. Out wide again is Gerardo. Trying to force his way through. But a great tackle pulls him down. Goodness me. This is frantic pace set by the French club. They've come out of the blocks absolutely on fire. To throw in will be Sam Nicol, and he finds Ethan Nicol at the front, and Inch will kick away. And he's inside. Oh, what's going on here? What is going on here? A big tackle off the ball, it seems, and the referee is calling over Vermeulen, and he sent him to the bin. Controversy straight off the whistle. Our third yellow card of the series. So Inch is the man who got smashed, and he retakes it. Oh, he hasn't put that out into touch. And Toulon will have another chance to go here. They quickly shift it wide, and it's a real chance through Nonu. Oh, Nonu swits away from one. Conway comes across with Mokwa. And God, Nicol's turned that over. It's Steve Tecox. He's gone straight through the middle. He looks towards left side. He's got Ethan Nicol. Goes one more to Connolly. Oscar Connolly raging like an old steam train as passes off the mark. Should have gone early. Should have gone a lot earlier there. This is a full-speed matchup. Yellow card, man in the bin. Vermeulen is off, and the Celtic Dragons looking to take full toll as De Rossi steals it at the back, and Andrew Inch goes straight through. Mokwa on support. Jonesy, they continue to put it wide. Tecox goes wide to Charles, and bingo! They just didn't know where to attack there, the Dragons. Here's Jonesy. Oh, great run there from the number 8. Well, this could be trouble. It could be lost ball here. Toulon are all over this quickly, and it does come back to the Frenchman. Now they look wide. Bellew does well. Goes away to Tui Soa, gets the ball nicely off the side to Tui for Vanilla, and it's turnover from O'Callaghan. And a loose head prop tries to force the pass, but Bellew's on hand to turn that over.
Release.
Under pressure here are Toulon. They shift it to Corrado, and it's opening up in space here for Van der Merwe. They quickly go wide, and they find it out there to Mitchell. Drew Mitchell all by himself. The great tackle, Ma'anonu. Up and over the ball, shutting down the turnover opportunity. Tillesboard, flat ball. Toulon, still a man in the bin, and they look to make it pay. Out wide they come once more. Great ball from Kruger, and it's 2-on-1 here. Tui Soa, he scores, he's up against Mokwa. Mokwa, he turns left and right, and Tui Soa can't get away. And Conway, it's turned that over. Charles has got the ball. This is poor from the Celtic Dragons. They are gifting opportunity now to Toulon. They quickly come wide. They've got to make these pay here. And Bengo works it again on Mitchell. And alongside Mokwa, they do make it pay completely. Big defence here. Yes. Oh, advantage to the Dragons. As Suru would go Toulon, that would have been a try to Ma'anonu. But a forward pass has been pulled back. And opportunity has gone begging. Great work from Smith. Finding scrum though just outside their own try line, I think. Vermeulen has been off the field for about 20 minutes now. Oh, Toulon! Not to be outdone! They've got Bellew at number 8! And Bellow's doing a great job! Nonu first receiver, Mitchell doing the cutback. And eventually, Gerardo goes to ground. Celtic Dragons hang off that one. Van der Merwe away to Nonu, who's the playmaker in the team now. But Toulon hang on. Back goes Tillesboard, he's taking 3. Fair play to him. And Tillesboard says we'll take something from this. And Toulon are on the board. They have the lead 3-0 over the Celtic Dragons. Point blank range. It was simple, it was easy. And back comes Vermeulen. Unbelievably, they've hung on under some immense pressure and they've turned it into points. And it's the 30-minute mark now before they get their big number 8 back. But how about Bellew at number 8? That was, well, a masterclass. He did very, very well, didn't he? Kick off here from Mitchell Smith. And it's out by Toulon. It's out by Levion. And that is a big mistake. They really overcooked that, didn't they? 3 players went for it. And they all stuffed it big time as well. Another line out here. Sam Nicol this time goes to De Rossi at the back. Conway slips inside. Tecox, terrible ball from Tecox. And it is picked up in midfield from Bastero for Toulon. They go back to Ma'anonu, who's kicked this, looking down the throat of Mokwa, who comes storming back. Mokwa, oh, looks to step around, but Tui Soa takes him quickly to ground. Ball here for Mukoko. Back to Nicol, the big unit. De Rossi, oh, he should have backed himself there. Charles does well, though, and he offloads as well. And Bingo goes away to Jonesy, the big man out wide all by himself. He's got support. Oh, Tecox was there. Another opportunity for a try goes begging. Goodness me, this game could be 20 all by now. And we're still struggling to see our first try. Here's Gerardo. Minute and a half till half time. Hits his man at the front. It is Kruger, and they go to Tillesboard, who fires wide to Nonu, who's kicked it nicely away too. And Mokwa has to fire across. Oh, big hit there on Mokwa. Got to be careful here. Celtic Dragons, they could lose this ball. No, they hang on by a whisker. Are they going to run this? There's a long way to go, and they have no time at all. Nicol. Oh, that is a shocking pass to wrap up the first half, and that does sum it up brilliantly as well. It should be about 20, 25-0, or 25 all, I should say, between these two sides. Both have had chances. Neither have taken a whisker. And at the half, it is just the Tillesboard drop goal that separates these two sides. It is 3-0 Toulon over the Celtic Dragons. Possession is fairly even, though 52-48's territory that Toulon have dominated on amazingly. With a man in the bin as well, they have held their own brilliantly. Line breaks, they lead 4-3, so that gives you 7 opportunities where tries could have and should have been scored, and neither side took a single one. Celtic Dragons, though, a lot of work on defence, 34-19. Can they get in this game in the second half? Toulon so far have shut them right out of the match. 3-0, half-time Toulon on the road up against the Celtic Dragons. So James O'Connor trots up. Haven't talked about him all match long. He's hardly been called into action as well. He'll kick off the second half with a high one. A deep one as well into the Celtic Dragons half. And it's picked up there from Conway. Here comes Nickel, getting a nice ball away to Ticox, and Ticox slips through. He's got men out wide. That's Andrew Inch. Inch goes away all by himself. The chase from Tillis Bourne. It's a fly half party in the Global Rugby Challenge. It's try time. Inch scores, and that is a big, big change in this match. And boy, oh boy, he just about went dead. Hard-mouth stuff for Dragons fans. But Andrew Inch, he joins Pullman as the fly half opening try scorer for their respective sides. He has made history. And look at how close that was. That was heart-and-mouth stuff. He's not the quickest man on the paddock, but he only had Tillis slightly creeping up. The wingers were out of commission, and that was the difference. See, Tillis over there he comes. He was streaking across, but on the other side, Drew Mitchell nowhere to be found. And Andrew Inch did it all himself. So it'll be Randy and Bingo off the right wing to come in and take this shot at goal. He will be the designated goal kicker for today's match for the Celtic Dragons. Just about 45 gone, and Bingo makes no mistake. He makes it 7 points to 3. And that is finally some action here that has resulted in a try. The Dragons do lead by a converted try to just a drop goal still from Toulon. Now the pressure goes back on the French club. Can they pull themselves back into the lead? Kicking off once again through O'Connor. It took just 5 minutes of the second half. Ticox, he's been instrumental, hasn't he, for the Celtic Dragons as well. Conway goes to Ethan Nickel, who tries to force his way through. Just held up. Big man O'Callaghan waits at the back. He's going to have a bit of a run. He's passed it nicely away. Tickles does well. And here's Randy and Bingo once more. He needs some support. Fires a desperate ball into Steve Tickles. Who would have thought that would come off? And what a try by the Celtic Dragons. Magical, magical stuff from Randy and Bingo on the right wing. And Steve Tickles, we just said how much he deserved this. He set it up from Bingo. Look at him, Bingo, throw it back desperately. Just out of the grasp of what looked like Mitchell. And Ticox pulls it in on the bounce. That was magical from the Celtic Dragons. They have now scored their second try. And fully deserved for that man on screen, Steve Ticox, to take a bow. And you've got to credit this man a bit too. That pass was something out of the top drawer. How he managed to find a teammate, I'm still not sure. But just running onto it at pace, and set up brilliantly for Ticox, and he was gone. Fullback out of play, and 14-3 the score. Bang, bang, go the Dragons. 2 tries in, less than 10 minutes. And this game has changed drastically there. 14-3 now the score, half an hour to go. Is there a way back for Toulon? Ticox has been sublime. Here is Sam Nickel now. The hooker going for a bit of a drive through the guts, and this could be trouble here for the Dragons. They're throwing in every man and his dog, but they do not win the ball back. Here comes Toulon. Vermeulen looking to make up for that time to Sidman. Gets more ball away to Bellew, and he's taken away. Andrew Inch, who loses straight back. It's topsy-turvy at the moment by these two sides. Good tackle there from Cody Nickel. Blindside flanker to Isova. That's a poor play from him. Time is running out here for Toulon to get back in this match. Great tackle from Ticox. He puts Olivon on the ground in a thunderous heap as well. Here is Vermeulen. Pops it back, and they keep it alive. Smith going inside. Garado. It's not their best at the moment, Toulon. Smith again. Keeping it tight. Now he does well. He's gone out wide, and this is a chance now as Mitchell once again gets away from Mbingo, but is eventually chased down, and Mbingo's turned him over. He fires it back to Mokwa. Mokwa in the line. He looks to chip over the top, but he is wiped out from O'Connor. We expect that sort of play from the Australian fullback, and Andrew Inch, to his credit, chases that one hard. and pulls back 60 metres back the other way. And Toulon now had to go another long distance to get back in this game. Oh, Mukoko! I thought that was Mokwa! Here's Jonesy! And the big number 8! He dots down for the Dragons! Oh, this is emphatic now from the Celtic Dragons! They took their time, they built into the game, but boy oh boy, they look brilliant. Bellew went for it, good ball to O'Connor, and then it was the tight head prop JP Mukoko who turns the ball over. Strong on his feet, Mukoko. And he has wrapped up a little O'Connor. Look at this, up and on. And he threes it out. And Bingo does well. Short one away to Jonesy, who has plenty in the tank to scamper that 15 metres or so and score now the 3rd try for the Celtic Dragons. A brilliant score as well. And this game changed so much straight after half-time. And the Dragons have continued on this form, whereas Toulon have just fallen completely off the pace. They've hardly touched the ball in the second half. And the Dragons have put them completely to bed. 21-3 is the score. We have 14 minutes remaining. What a turnaround of halves. Celtic Dragons didn't look like they were even going to score a try in that first half, and now they've scored 3 stunners as well. Great take, good tackle, building them down as well. Conway waits for it. Big dive pass away to Nickel. Oh, he takes on Nonu. He fends through Nonu. He fires the ball wide for Torrance, who just can't get away. Here's Inch. Oh, here's Andrew Inch again. He won't have the legs though. Here's pulled down. Mukoko. Great support play there from the tight head prop, looking for the bonus point. Conway, Jonesy, terrible ball again. Torrance has to pick it up. He's pulled down. Good tackle from Bellew, does well. Short one, Jonesy backs himself to do another one.
Release.
Players in front of him this time, pull him down. Conway, short to Tickogs. Tickogs could go himself. Tickogs tries to shimmy his way through the tackle until he's over. Somehow he hung on to the ball. Mukoko, away to O'Callaghan, and the big man, oh, he goes over! David O'Callaghan put the big foot down. 4th try, bonus point in the second half. David O'Callaghan, how about this? O'Connor just not strong enough to pull that ball off Tickogs, and look at this! He is a big, big man. And he is not fast by any means, but he dug deep, didn't he? And it was Mukoko who spotted it, pops it out to him, he hit it at, well, the best he can do for pace. And he was up against Tillis Board, who, to be fair, took him the only way he could, around the ankles, and pulled him down, but there was no stopping the big man. And this new look juggernaut of the Celtic Dragons is on its way. Still 4 minutes to play, and Bingo continues a great night at the office for the Dragons. They go another 2 up. It is 28 points to 3. Toulon led, remember this, 3-0 at half time. Now they are behind by 25. 28 unanswered points by the Celtic Dragons. Look out. They look nervous. They look out of sorts to kick off, but boy, they have changed.
Release.
Yellow card to Toulon in the first half, yet they couldn't score. Now they've put this to absolute shame. Here it's De Rossi, leading from the front, the captain. Here's a pick and go, and nice one as well. Could be a chance here for Torrance. He fends away Mitchell. Torrance will go in. It's another try for the Celtic Dragons. He'll go under the sticks right on full time, and a great try for Samuel Torrance. 33-3. We talked last episode how much of a battle we had between the All Flakes and the Crusaders. This one, though, well, contrasting halves, isn't it? A slow start by the Dragons. Toulon dominated. They should have scored at least a try or two. But they have come out now in the second half, the Celtic Dragons, and put Toulon to the absolute sword. Clinical. That's what I call it. Absolutely clinical by the Dragons. 3-0 down at halftime. And they should end this one 35 points to 3. Shutting out Toulon in the second half. I don't think they've hardly touched the ball, have they? And Bingo hasn't got on the scoreboard himself, but he has been dangerous. And he slots the conversion. A drop goal is all that Toulon can take till it's board. Put them up first. But since then, it's been all the Celtic Dragons. There is full time. An emphatic display. Try scorers from every breed. Big men, small men, backs and forwards, all getting involved in this great-looking new side. They've come on, a bit shaky, but they have really shown what they're about in the second half against this top French side. They look absolutely gutted. They tried to draw this game down. They tried to control the speed, and they did for 40 minutes, but they just didn't get enough points on the board, and the second half was just amazing from the Dragons, running out of superlatives how they can score 5 tries in one half and yet not even look like scoring one in the whole first. 3 points to Toulon till it's scored, the only point scorer of the drop goal. On the other side of things, let's go through it. David O'Callaghan, yes, the loose head prop. He has speed of about 20. He scored his first try for the Celtic Dragons. It was Nigel Jones who picked up the 4th try, but it was Andrew Inch who scored the opener. The first ever try for the Celtic Dragons. Samuel Torrance and Steve Tecox chipped in the mid-period with their first tries of the tournament. Well-rounded here for the Dragons. They look a big, big danger for this tournament. Wow, look at that one-sided stat. I think it was 52-48 at halftime to Toulon for possession. 73-27. Dominance, absolute dominance in the second half. 6-4 at halftime, I think it was, for line breaks. 9-6 turnaround. Oh my goodness, what a turnaround from the Celtic Dragons. They have been too good over 80 minutes. Good thing it's a long game, because 40 minutes these Dragons were looking down and out. They pull the win 35-3, and they are looking like the team to watch in the Global Rugby Challenge. What a start to the tournament. What a start we have had. 2 games, one really close and tight where we saw a battle and just how tough this tournament can be. Then we saw one team just, get over the nerves, get over that first up match syndrome that the Dragons almost suffered, and just pound Toulon to the ground. Next up, you can see in round 1, we have the Guardians of the Crib up against the Emirate Lions, so we'll be able to see just what the Guardians have in store. The Cornflakers, defending champions, will be the last team we will be watching. Now, if you're wondering why, if you're a member of the Flakers and you thought your team was up next, let me just update you guys a little bit as to what is happening with the fixtures list. We'll come back to the standings, but the fixtures list has changed a little bit. Reason being, we did get a corrupt competition file, which meant I had to tirelessly, I will say, for about 2 days straight, try and recreate the first 2 matches of the competition, because I didn't want to restart again. So we did play out the All Flakes game, same try scorers, same point scorers, same scoreline to get that 20.7 result against the Crusaders. So don't worry, the likes of Pullman and Symes Wells, you guys are still the try scorers from that game. That game still stands as it is. And next up, we did get the Dragons versus Toulon as well. But it has changed the rest of the tournament, so a bit of a mix-up with the rest of the fixtures, but we have sorted the problem. It is fixed. We won't be having it again, and this is how we will be looking for the rest of the competition. So, apologies to the Flakers who thought you were third. You'll have to wait till the end before you can face the Scarlets in the 4th match of the round. But next up, we do have the Guardians of the Crib up against the Emirates Lions for our 3rd subscriber match. So look out, Guardians, guys. You guys are next. Flakers, you guys will be 4th of the last game of the round. In round 2, for those who are interested, we have the All Flakes first against the Exeter Chiefs. Then we have Munster up against the Guardians. For the Scarlets, go up against the Celtic Dragons. That should be a good one. And the Lions this time up against the Flakers. So first time we're going to see a clash of subscriber sides will be not in round 3. It will be not in round 4. possibly not round 5, round 6, we will see the Guardians versus the Flakers. And then round 7, we should see one as well. Yes, the Celtic Dragons up against the Guardians. So mid-range tournament is when we're going to see the big clashes. So a good chance for these sides to get on the board, get some points rolling, and then they have their big games, find out who their key players are, and go from there. So it's 12 rounds. I suspect we've got 12 teams in there, so it should be, 11 rounds. So there's no byes. Interesting, I thought each team would have one bye. So 11 rounds, every team plays every week. Quarterfinals, which is 3rd through to 6th, so 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Top 2 go straight through the semi-finals. I showed you guys the format last time, just to reconfirm. Winners of the 2 quarterfinals play 1 and 2 in the semis. Of course, winner of the semis goes on to the big final. So I'm hoping to see plenty of green names up in here when we finish, but we're at the wrong end of the tournament for that. We're still at the start, only 2 games in, so Guardians up against the Lions are next. Here's an updated standings of the ladder, and we have the Celtic Dragons, of course, at the top. 5 points for them. Big win, a huge win to start off their season, their first ever match. I'm elated with how they stormed out their second half. It was great to see. Strong words from the coach of the Celtic Dragons after that first half dismal display. Munster sits second, a big win, 17 by them. All Flakes third with just that 13-point close win over the Crusaders. Still plenty of close rugby to come. Guardians and the Flakers are up next, so I'll see you all for that one. Hope you're enjoying. Get ready, Guardians fans and players. Your game is next up. So I hope to see you all there for that one. And hope you're enjoying the series so far. Again, any mistakes I'm making with names, pronunciations, things like that, do let me know in the comments. And I'll see you all for our next match of round 1. It's the 3rd game of the round. Guardians of the Crib up against the Emirates Lions. Until then, thanks for tuning in. And as always, take care.